Business lunches, dinners and networking events are becoming a bit of a norm these days. But this particular business event is about changing the image of a country. This is Monaco. Kevin Hin, President of the JCI. Tell me about JCI and what are the main objectives?
Right. JCI Monaco is part of JCI International, which is the Junior Chamber International. It's one of the biggest ONGs in the world, which has over 200,000 people in over 120 countries, over 5 continents in the world. Now, the Monaco National Organisation's aim is basically to create positive change by helping young leaders and entrepreneurs develop themselves and develop skills which will help the community. And it's also to help turn young people into active citizens.
Now, so they can play a part in Monaco society.
Exactly, yeah. Now that's part of the overall goal of the JCI on international level, but it's especially the case in Monaco because Monaco is small enough for our activities to have an impact.
What is the concept of these business dinners and what are their aims and benefits?
Well, the business dinners were created last year. It's actually part of a commission I launched as the first English-speaking and the first British president of the association. I found it important to open our association up to the international communities of Monaco. When you come here, not all people speak French, and it's a shame because they aren't able to take part in the community activities. And we thought that by organising events in English about the Monegasque economy and getting people to network with the main movers and shakers of the country, it will help more people from abroad to take part in the community, take part in the activities, integrate, and also develop synergies with the other communities, because it's by the French-speaking communities can learn a huge amount from the foreign communities and vice versa, and we're here to act as a facilitator for that.
The subject of tonight's dinner, Monaco's image abroad, is a hot topic at the moment. Why do you think that is?
Well, we thought it important to discuss this, particularly because Monaco is often misrepresented abroad, I find, personally. I often read the British press, but lots of headlines about, tabloid-style headlines about topics which aren't really part of the Monegasque way of life. And stereotypes, cliches, and those are myths which we want to disperse with these events, you know. We want to show people who've just come here.
The serious side of Monaco, would you say?
I wouldn't say the serious side, but just showing the realistic side of Monaco. It's showing that Monaco actually has an economy, the fact that it's a place where people come to work. We have 32,000 people who come to work here every day from outside of Monaco, and so that doubles the local population. And those are just some of the minor things which we want to highlight. And I thought that by getting the ambassadors who represent Monaco in foreign countries to come and speak about the perception in Australia, Japan, in Germany, in Russia, countries which don't really have a positive image of Monaco, it might help dispel the myths about it and show Monaco in a positive light for a change, which I personally believe that Monaco is a very positive place because I've lived here for 21 years and I really enjoy it.
You can speak about that.
Totally.
How important is the relationship between the present Monaco government and the young international entrepreneurs that you represent?
It's very important. I mean, ever since we've existed, we've had great support from Prince Albert on all our initiatives, and especially from the government. I think the government are very in phase with the kind of values we represent, and also with the 2 main axes of our programme this year, which are creating entrepreneurship among young people and also bridging the gap between the international communities. And the fact that 2 government representatives, 2 government ministers out of the 5 are here this evening to listen to what the ambassadors have to say is a great sign of support from the government and from the Prince in general. So I'm extremely happy and extremely grateful about that level of support which we get and which we feel every day in our activities.
It's nice to have that support.
Totally.
Kevin Hin, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's very interesting to meet someone such as yourself, a woman in a financial government role. How do you think your job has changed or differed since the world crisis in the last couple of years?
Well, I arrived last year at the beginning of 2009 when the crisis was on. And so my role hasn't changed with the crisis because I arrived when it was the worst time of the crisis. So, and it was a very challenging time for me.
I can imagine.
Because it was a new thing and because the times were rather difficult. But the good thing in all the crisis is that you have to start everything from scratch. And you have to think about new ways to think about economy, and you have to work with the professional, the industries, the businessmen, and this was very interesting for me. And so we tried together to find out ways to make it better for them.
Monaco is going through many changes. Do you think that Prince Albert has played a part in this?
Yeah, of course. Prince Albert is, you know, in Monaco, the prince is the real ruler, is the head of state. So
Yes.
of course, Prince Albert, with his own personality, has made it change a lot. And he has his own way of seeing the things, seeing the economy that he wants sustainable, and seeing environment, as you know,
Yes.
and is very committed to that.
Yes.
And of course, it has made us see everything quite differently.
Is Monaco moving to playing a greater business role in Europe and in fact in the world?
Well, I think we have to take into account the size of Monaco, and I
Yes.
don't think we can say it's going to play a very big role in the world. I don't think it would be very realistic. But in fact, and Prince Albert said that in his speech when he was the first time he made a speech as a prince, and he said that he wanted us to be a model. And I think we have to tend to be a model for governance,
Yes.
and for ethics,
Yes.
environment,
Yes.
and sustainable economy.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you.
Madame Thévenoux.
Thank you very much.
I'm now here with Ambassador Fissore. What has inspired the need to develop a new image?
No, it's important, obviously, to preserve this glamorous image. It's very important for different reasons, obviously, but it is also important to show, I can say, a new image.
Yes.
And the new image is based on economic field. We need to show that Monaco is not only a small village, it is a place where people are working very hard,
Yes.
where there is a real economy,
Yes.
and where prosperity is made by foreign people. It is important to remind that 80% of the population in Monaco is composed by foreign people, and more or less 50,000 people are working in Monaco every day.
That's amazing.
And they come mainly from France and from Italy.
How important are the younger people in developing such an image?
It is obvious that many people abroad think that Monaco is an old country where there are a lot of retired people. Obviously, this is totally wrong. In fact, the medium age in Monaco is about 38, which
That's
means
the average age.
there are lots of in the working class,
Yes.
if I may say. So that means that there are a lot of young people working in different fields, and obviously, young people bring a new image. They are also able to help Monaco to enter the third millennium.
Which is very, very interesting and very exciting. Thank you, Ambassador Fissore.
Thank you to you.
Thank you.